Hello, all my crafty friends. If anybody's here, I'm coming. I'm just a little bit behind right now. Yes, my head's... I'm trying to get rid of a migraine, which is really throwing me off, so I apologize if I'm missing something or I don't make sense. Please let me know. Hi, Shannon. That's okay. Hi, Kim. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Michelle. Kim. Hi, Kelly. Yes, I feel like the romper room lady. Anyway, so my hair hurts. Today I've decided to use You're a Rockstar. And I've done the little girl before with the singing of the hairbrush, which I'm sure we've all done. No pressure. Yeah, I know, Kim. I'm just, like I said, it's just kind of like, oh. Anyway, so I've decided this time, for a change, I'm going to use the little boy. I have a grandson who's going to be turning 11. Hard to believe, at the end of February. So, and then a new grandson that's due sometime at the end of January. Yay! No, I don't think mine was ever called either. Or maybe once, maybe once. This little boy and the drummer, I've decided to make this card here. Very simple. Just starting off, with trying to match up paper to colors and all that kind of stuff, and obviously make the focal point my stamped image, and yeah, a little bit from there. So what I did do is I stamped the drummer, the drumming boy, and the dog separately. Hi, Jennifer. And as a result, I cut them out separately. So I cut them out to match this, like that. And then I cut the little, what is that? The little dog. So the dog's about, give or take, an inch circle. And this one is, give or take, around 3 inches circle. But whatever fits for your stamped image. And I did a top folding card this time. So I just did this with my base and my cardstock. And then this in here, I used a 3-inch circle, or 3-inch square, and one that's a little bit less than 3 inches. I did emboss this, but we'll see how it goes. And then one on top. So as we put it together, we'll see how things go. And I just used a few little stars. And I used March the Beat of Your Own Drum. I'm really glad that I have everything all cut out now. So I'm hoping to make it all the way through. I really am. So without further ado, I'm going to see how we make out with the... Is the volume okay here, everybody? Or can you... I mean... I've never been accused of being too quiet, so... How's that? Is that okay? Is that okay for the coloring part? Okay, let's see how I do. And we'll go from there. So, with my paper, I tried to match the light blues and the dark blues. And in contrast, I wanted to use a red, but I really didn't want to use too much of a red. Now, I do have all my colors pulled out on my desk. And like I said, they are all over. So, oh, that's better. I have my high-def coloring glasses on. So, first of all, I'm going to start off with the, let's try off with his shorts. I I went through the B90s. Like I said, they are everywhere. 93, 95. Did I use 97? Yes, I did. And if they're not here, I just won't use them. Okay. 9157. Okay, there we go. So I used B97 on the shorts, just a little bit for the shadow. Whoops, I'll move that closer. Can you see okay? And how's everyone enjoying this lovely winter wonderland that we're getting? This is what's hurting my head, I think, so. And 95. 97 down to 95, I should say. How are you doing? Anybody coloring or just watching? I'm trying to get back in a swing of crafting, so. And this is 93. Whoops. B93. Most of mine are sketch, but I do have a few chows. I have to admit, this is probably my favorite blue combination here. I just like that muted blue color. And I'm going to use B97 just to do the edges in here. For the stripe. Oops. There we go. I'm going to end up not talking very much. So, anyway. So I trust everyone had a wonderful Christmas holiday, or as much as we could. I'm just going to fix my bleep a little bit. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so there's the shorts done. And while I'm at using the blues, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my drum as well. With the drum, I used a B35. No, I didn't, because there is no B35. 95, B95. Okay. And I just sort of made it so it was all like around here. There we go. Is anybody coloring or is anybody just watching? So I used B95 or B95, a little bit of D9 just to go along the edges here. And probably a B95 again. And anybody working on any of our challenges for this month? Challenge is to use an inky background or something, a new technique that you've never used before. You want to give it a try, and then you'll never know. Maybe you'll win something crafty in a gift card in the shop from Kim. You never know what you might win. And the new releases are coming out in another couple of weeks. They're very cute. I'm sure you'll enjoy those. Okay, my bees are done. My blue on my drums is done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to color color his shirt I used. And I've been using my color chart a lot that I have. I have a color chart that I downloaded, and I'm sure if you've seen that one or not. The Sandy Allnock, I've had this for a while, and I got it from her set a long time ago, and I really like using it. So, or 8. So I'm going to use RO8 and oop, that one's getting juicy. I did refill a few of my markers, so anyway, RO8. Oh, sorry, this one's RO5. Squeak. And then I'm just going to use a bit of an RO2, just a touch up in here. Just a bit for highlight. Blend it in. Alrighty. And go back down with the 3 colors and use the same ones on the rest of his shirt. Is anybody there? I'm coloring on my own. Our internet has been pretty spotty recently too, so hopefully it won't go out. RO8 and RO5. And then RO2 just to fill in the little spots. Now I do have a little bit of a blip on the drum edge, so I'm going to try and get rid of that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, so I have this done, or I have the blue done and the orange parts done. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to color his shoes. I used E47, 44. Did I? Duh. Yep. So, E47. E44. Does anybody have plans for the weekend? Anything exciting? My hubby has a big birthday tomorrow, so I don't think we're planning on doing too much. E44. Find my marker. E43, if I can find it. Boy, I'm sorry. Normally I have them all ready, but here we are. I'm just a little bit off, I think. The shoes are a little bit different color. Oh well, it is what it is. And E49 for the soles. Alrighty, shoes are done. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use the E44, E43, and E42 for the inside of the drum skin here, because they're usually in a beige material, and that's so I'm going to do E44. Oops. I don't think my glasses are doing much good. 44, 43. Anybody watching anything new and exciting on TV? I'm trying to get some knitting done. And I decided to watch, I never watched before, The Good Wife. I'm actually quite impressed. It's not a bad show. 42. I'll just blend all this as much as I can. Yeah, since I've got a slow connection, I apologize. Okay, and then we'll do 43, a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up just a little, E47 in for a shadow, because it's not as dark as I would like. I'll go back to my 44. And then my 43. Alrighty. The drum, what do you call them? The drumsticks. I'm going to put them in an E42. And just a plain, and then I'll do the stick part in E49. There we go. Oh, am I not on here? Nope. Okay. How about if I turn it off? I'll stop it and I'll turn it back on again.